bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll fly. We'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly. I will fly. Yeah.
sa lahat na nanonood. And we are here sa upper bracket. Going into the upper bracket final, the winner pupunta agad sa grand finals. Ang matatalo, yung nakakalabanin ng TNC. Mamaya at 3 p.m. Good morning pala, hindi good afternoon. Good morning sa lahat na nanonood. Pause ng data bago para sa una nating series of the day. Mamaya po si Kuya Nick for the lower bracket final and the grand final. Kamusta po kayong lahat? Newbee versus Planet Odd. So, one of the best teams in the world right now. Probably in the top 5, Newbee. Kalaban nila, Planet Odd. Ang team formerly known as Thunderbirds. And before that, formerly known as Digital Chaos. Yung team na pumasok sa Alright, kumusta? Okay, naririnig na ba? Alright. Okay na ba yung ano natin?
Hello, mic test.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Yun. Good morning po, good morning po. Yan, nakalimutan namin, binagay pa na namin yung mixer dito. Kamusta kayong lahat? Kaso nyo for this morning, pause ang data bago. You are watching Galaxy Battles at Shenzhen, China. This will be the winner bracket final. And ang mananalo dito, dediretso sa ating grand final. The loser will go on to face TNC Pro Team sa lower bracket final mamaya pong 3 p.m. So, kanina nagkaroon lang tayo ng ceremony at nakita nyo the Dancing Crystal Maiden, the cosplay competition or some sort of cosplay na event at the venue. But now, diretso na tayo sa ating game. Newbee at Planet Odd. Newbee, they had a dominating run after that time rating at triple head-to-head na tiebreaker in Group A kung saan nakasama doon ng Vici Gaming at ang TNC Pro Team. They went on to 2-0 their competition. Planet Odd din, binagsak nilang Vici Gaming to the lower bracket kung saan doon sila natalo. But now, diretso po tayo sa ating picking phase. Newbee going for the bans on the IO, on the Keeper of the Light, at sa Nature's Prophet, and first picking the Nyx Assassin into the Crystal Maiden. Tatanggalin din nila ngayon ang Dazzle. Meanwhile naman, Planet Odd going for the Sand King into that Bristleback. So we can expect that Sand King to play the position 4 role dito for Planet Odd. Formerly known as Thunderbirds, formerly known as Digital Chaos, ang semi-finalist ng TI6. Planet Odd, interesting bans for them. Going for the first ban on that Drow Ranger. I think the last time nakita natin to devastating effect ginamit ng Evil Geniuses sa kanilang last tournament run nila at Epicenter. But now, both teams going to go back into the picking phase shortly. But Planet Odd will still have one more ban here. And they will take out the Lina para kay SCC. So, interestingly, Planet Odd, hindi nila ita-target ban heavily si SCC dito. So, marami pang mga heroes available for Newbee for the mid lane. Meron pa silang Queen of Pain, the Puck still available as well. Meanwhile, Mugi's heroes are virtually untouched then. But Planet Odd, they do have some good coverage naman. For example, against the Ursa, meron silang Bristleback and the Sand King to control that. So good morning po sa lahat. Nasaan po si Kuya Nick? Kuya Nick, mamaya po siyang hapon. Magkakas sila sa lower bracket final and the grand final, which will also happen today, I believe. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. po ang simula. Actually, that schedule for us, gamit yung schedule natin. Once again, na delay yung simula. But we've been informed from the ground at Shenzhen, China na magko-continue siya as expected later on this afternoon. So, a delay by 1 hour but should be fine from now on. So, Newbee, they do secure Mugi's Ursa Warrior, Planet Odd with the answer, but they're going to take their time. Kahit na meron silang Bristleback, they do, however, know na ang magagamit ng kanilang, ang gagamit ng Ursa Warrior on Newbee will be Mugi. Nakita natin kung gaano siya ka-effective on this hero, lalo na't meron siyang dalawang taga-setup, the Crystal Maiden and the Nyx Assassin. Could be a position 4 for Newbee could also be in the offlane para sa kanila, KP and Kaka. Two of Newbee's initiator duo na pwedeng magpalit in terms of hero pool. Planet Odd going deep into the picking phase. Pag-iisipan nilang mabuti. A lot of things can go wrong sa kanilang draft dito. Newbee so far have access to their signature heroes. Meanwhile, Planet Odd, they've shown a good performance here, especially in the hands of Resolution. But a lot of their heroes have been removed here. Wala na yung Dazzle, wala na yung Nature's Prophet for Moon Meander, and it looks like they will go for a safe pick as they pick up the Warlock to help stop any aggression on Newbee's end once tumama sila dun sa timing na magkaroon sila ng multiple daggers. So Planet Odd, not a lot of initiation on their end, pero marami rin naman silang sustain, marami silang counter-initiate. So Newbee, they have the key to the aggression, but Planet Odd, will they have enough firepower to stop Newbee in their tracks? But ang pinaka-focus natin on this matchup, both teams, they do have strong cores, but it will be SCC versus Wiha and Mugi versus Resolution. Titingnan natin, will these two cores on each side match up well against each other? Planet Odd, they've had good runs lately. And unfortunately, hindi lang sila umaabot dun sa finish line. And it's always been some form of good group stage. Tapos magfo-falter sila pagdating ng playoffs. And now Newbee will pick up the Timbersaw to try and counter out etong Bristleback. So Bristleback has been nerfed. Natanggalan siya, na-scale down yung kanyang strength growth. Trying to answer yung tankiness niya. So Newbee will take advantage by bringing out the Timbersaw. So this might be the offlane hero, SCC. One of the heroes that he can use, but I don't imagine nalalagay nila to sa mid agad-agad when they can use it na pangtapat sa safe lane ng Planet Odd. Planet Odd, what can they do now? Not a lot of catch potential on their end. So they might need a good silence hero, a good disabler to make sure na hindi sila masagasaan nitong Timbersaw, but instead they will go for the gyrocopter in the hands of Resolution. So an interesting turn of events here sa draft ng Planet Odd. The Bristleback might not go into the safe lane. Nakita nyo dito sa kita nyo sa screen natin, SCC and company. Talking about si Shadow Home, bagong gising, fresh na fresh. Marami pa rin Ricky Maruz in the stands, but that's okay, maaga pa. Baka mamaya dumating na ang ating the rest of the Chinese audience here. Tontaw yung katabi ko rito. Si Boss JM ho pala. Yung upuan may price tag para daw beta ulit after that turn. Aray ko po. ang producer ko po ngayon ay si Kuya JM, si Boss Alo, kakatulog lang as you know, kakatapos lang ang The Summit. Si Boss RD umuwi muna at miss na siya ng kanyang pamilya. At itong stream natin ay over 24 hours na ata, di ba? Tama ba? Oh. Okay, yun, hello. Wala pang bet. Sa mga nagtataka kung bakit walang bet, alam niyo kung wala nang Reblo, di ba? Wala na hong Revlo. So, paano po kayo magbe-bet? Nagsara na po ang Revlo. So, talaga pong wala na tayong Wombo credits. So, kung wala na po kayong mapapagbetan dito, oh well, papel, bye-bye. But Newbee, they will go for their final ban and they will take out Wiha's Death Prophet. Meanwhile, dito naman, Planet Odd will remove from the pool the Storm Spirit. So, interesting take here by Planet Odd. They might want to go for the counter in the mid lane instead. And Newbee, again, they have access to the Queen of Pain. So Planet Odd might be thinking of going Puck to have that favorable 1v1 situation sa gitna. But instead, it will be a silence hero. The Skywrath Mage will be picked up here. So it looks like Newbee, they will have their pick. So this might be a support Skywrath Mage, pero pwede na siyang ilagay sa mid with the firepower na meron siya ngayon. And it will be Queen of Pain for SCC. So power picks for Newbee. They have SCC's Queen of Pain. We know how good that is. Mugi has the Ursa Warrior. We know how good he can be on that. And KP will be in the off lane with the Timbersaw rounded out by Kaka sa kanyang Nyx Assassin. So ang pinaka-question mark dito is how Planet Odd will choose to play this laning phase. Looks like Saksa and Misery will be the support duo, and it will be a mid lane Skywrath Mage for Weeha, Moon Meander sa kanyang Bristleback, and Resolution bringing up the safe lane with the Gyrocopter. So, interesting turn of events dito. Maybe they do want to have a lot more items on that Skywrath Mage para meron silang pangsagot dito sa Timbersaw. Dahil as their draft stands, wala silang masyadong pang-catch. Only one reliable silence to keep the Timbersaw from going crazy in these team fights. So, everything hinges on that mid lane. So, it will be interesting how Planet Odd want to play this. Will they place more resources, Saksa and Misery, to rotate for Weeha to make sure that he wins against SCC? Because on the 1v1, SCC, maybe with more familiarity, dahil ito nga ang isa sa kanyang signature heroes, will be able to win it. So, a lot resting dito sa mid lane matchup for Planet Odd. Meanwhile naman sa kabilang side, Newbee, they have more of a flexible game plan. Kung sa Planet Odd, kailangan talaga maka-get ahead ni Weeha, get those items, get those stats para mapigilan niya yung Timbersaw in team fights as the 15-minute mark rolls around. Newbee naman, once they get their Blink Daggers, once they get the level 6 on Kaka, they're going to have an easier time looking for these fights. So, Planet Odd, they need to play keep away here. They need to have proper counter initiation to stop Newbee from taking the advantage, taking the initiative, and rolling with this game. So now, Planet Odd, they will call for a pause. Looks like meron tayong technical difficulties at the event. But while that's happening, pakilala muna natin ang ating teams. It will be Weeha on that mid Skywrath Mage, Saksa, once again, on that Warlock, Misery on the Sand King, Resolution on the Gyrocopter, and Moon Meander on the Bristleback. Wala naman, SCC sa kanyang Queen of Pain, Mugi on the Ursa Warrior, KP on that Timbersaw, Kaka sa kanyang Nyx Assassin, and the Crystal Maiden will be brought by, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan ng Crystal Maiden. Wala rin tayong ano eh. Well, the Crystal Maiden will be the position 5. So, ganun lang una. Pero isa pang comp will be lagging, FPS lag. Tapos they can't hear each other because of the music. So, mukhang, ayun, si Faith. Nakalimutan ko yung pangalan. So, si Faith will be the Crystal Maiden. But it looks like, once again, multiple problems at the venue. Hindi sila magkarinigan because the music is so loud. So it's not the crowd cheering or the crowd audience that's causing the trouble there. But also naman sa computers naman ng Newbee, masyado daw lag and FPS drops are happening. So it looks like we will be in an extended pause for the time being, as both teams will try and call for their tournament admins to try and fix whatever the situation is. So kita natin here at the event. Ito na naman yung crane. Naayos ata lahat ng kailangang ayusin doon. As you can see, our tournament admins fussing over the booths of the player. Mukhang well-constructed naman yung booth. At nagkakaroon lang daw ng music interference. So, it might be something dun sa soundboard nila inside the booth themselves to make sure that magkarinigan yung mga players. Mukhang meron nata nakapaglagay ng MP3 or something. But now, nasihintayin natin. Kamusta po kayo dyan? Natingin nga sa chat natin. Sino ba nandyan? China made daw. Well, yun talaga ang problema. Wala po tayong magagawa for now. By the way, medyo mahina yung boses kasi dito natutulog si Boss Alo. Actually, natutulog siya sa tabi namin. At yun nga, sobrang puyat po. Actually, maybe one of these days, gagawa tayo ng Facebook Live just to show you kung paano namin binuo itong broadcast for this weekend. Sinubukan talaga namin gawing 24 hours para sa inyo at all times of the day, ongoing yung stream dahil nga naman magkabilang panig ng mundo kasi yung venues for our 2 tournaments. So magtutuloy-tuloy po to all the way into the Grand Finals, even sa Summit 7. Ko-cover din namin lahat yon. And thankful po kami sa tulong na bigay ni Ate Ishi, casting all the way from Las Vegas, casting on her free time to make sure na may hatid namin sa inyo all of these games of Dota. Kuya Pao, sino si James ng Execution? Probably a new player, pero mababayan natin sasagutin yon as we are back loaded into the game. And Newbee and Planet Odd doing the dance, placing the wards, making sure that they can scout out the movements of the supports, of the offlaners. Importante sa matchup na to to get the favorable lanes. It's so important in current Dota as Newbee will spot out this observer ward on the high ground here in the mid lane. SCC. He's going to be the big man here in this early to mid game for Newbee. And it looks like they will even give him the gold just a little bit, 10 gold lang, but every little bit helps. Weha here, makikipagsuntukan lang muna kay KP, and KP will be forced to use his regeneration. And for the bounty rune, and it looks like KP will steal it away from him, and Kaka is here to support, get him out. And take a look at that. Weha will in fact rotate here to completely dodge the matchup in the mid lane. SCC hindi nila bibigyan. Yun yung sinabi natin, kailangan talaga nilang gawin yung early warding na yon para ma-spot out yung lane swap. Not something na napapag-isipan ng siguro kung sa pub play, di ba? Sanay tayo, kunwari si mid lane lang talaga. But high level strategies here, Newbee, they will not get the lanes that they have. So, Planet Odd, nakita natin, they were giving up the power picks for Newbee, but they had a plan for that. They will instead rotate their course so that they have easier times in the lane. Kita natin dito, the tri-lane will be placed in the bottom for the Dire team. Ibibigay nila para matapatan yung Team Perso. Newbee naman, they're going to place Mugi and Kaka here up top, as Misery will also support Weha. So Mugi, looks like he will have somewhat of a less optimal na lane, especially here for KP, as they will have Resolution just harass him down together with Saksa. And they might lose that lane even though they have the favorable draft. Misery going hard on Kaka. But it looks like magkakaroon so portal combat lang sila. Si KP rito nanganganib ang kanyang buhay at less than 2 minutes in. And Kaka as well. So Planet Odd surprising Newbee with the lane swap as they take the early advantage. They even have the deep wards to make sure that the laning phase is disastrous for Newbee. So let's see what they'll do para maka-adjust sila rito. Kita mo yun, pati yung mga bounty nung sinahabol nila. But Newbee now, SCC making the plays as Moon Meander might go down, but no. Moon will take out SCC. They get the courier, but in exchange, they lose first blood as the Bristleback takes down the Queen of Pain. Maganda yung ginawa doon ng Planet Odd. Just waiting for the last moment. And in the end, the stacks on the quills will be enough to take down SCC. And Planet Odd here with the early laning. And wala pa silang gini-give up dito sa Newbee. So this is the chaos brought about by the lane swap. Working well for ODD here. Titingnan natin, can they sustain this early lead? 3 minutes in, Newbee against Planet Odd. And already, makikita natin na mukhang magkakaroon ng, ito na naman, SCC, blinking up top, but natalikuran siya, Moon Meander. Last year, Moon Meander was one of the leaders in the least amount of deaths in the entire TI6 season. And here, showing why, surviving the onslaught by the Queen of Pain, turning around at the last possible moment to even take out kahit yung konting damage na yon should be enough to dissuade SCC from going harder. However, pagtingin natin dito sa ating last hits, the Queen of Pain is leading in last hits and in the, well, not in the deny section, but he will be followed closely by the gyrocopter naman dito sa baba, with the Ursa not far behind here on their tri-lane. And ito magsisimula sila. Mugi with the slow, with the stun on to Weeha. Weeha here, and he will be brought down, but Misery will be trying to go on Kaka as well. Kailangan niya mag-retreat dito. Faith, Mugi on the case. He will go for the TP, but no, he will fall. Mugi takes a double kill, but sa gitna naman, mamamatay, or munti ka mamatay si SCC as they go hard for the mid lane. So 2-1 now. A quick answer back, but it looks like KP will fall here, and yes, he will. Resolution cornering the Timbersaw with some assistance sa creeps ni KP. Mukhang pinagtaksilan siya doon. And now 2-2 in both teams securing early kills dito. The advantage will go the way of Planet Odd for the time being as they pull ahead in economy in the early stages ng ating laban. Maganda yung nangyari doon para kay Mugi. Hindi nila nakita hindi nila na rotate yung ibang mga supports nila, because Resolution did try and go for the kill naman dito sa baba, and because of that, Mugi, Faith, and Kaka taking full advantage to get the double kill on the Ursa Warrior. So while ODD are succeeding in the mid lane, especially dahil inalis nila yung unfavorable matchup between Weeha, it looks like Mugi might have a faster route sa kanyang dagger, and pag nakuha niya yun in about 12 minutes, Newbee might have a way back in this game. Hindi naman sila sobrang dehado, hindi sila sobrang malayo pa. It's just that Planet Odd, their lineup is dependent on surviving the laning stage. Mas on paper mas malakas yung laning stage ng Newbee. But now that they're surviving and even forcing out some kills here, Planet Odd, they have a window of opportunity to make sure that this game goes their way. This will be a best of 3, guys. The winner bracket is all a best of 3. It's going to be a best of 5 sa grand finals, if I'm not mistaken. So even the lower bracket final later for TNC Pro Team versus the loser of this match will be a best of 3. So Newbee rotating, Kaka in the bottom, a tri-lane to help KP and get him back on track, as Moon Meander is now the last hit leader. Sana palitan ng ating Chinese broadcaster ang kanilang net worth para makita natin how it's looking out here, as Kaka will go hard, will go forward as Faith dropping the AoE, but it looks like the stacks will come out here. So this will catapult Moon Meander into the pole position kung makiklear nyo to in terms of money. Look at that. So much efficiency in farming, even using the shrine to keep the Quill Spray stacks up. 51 and 13 for the Queen of Pain. Mugi going hard on Misery, and Misery will go for the turnaround here, and he will get hit by the Impale. Mamamatay ba siya rito? Wala silang AoE, but he is moving, and it looks like he will go down. Kaka with the mana burn skilled up. Not something that you see. A lot of Nyx Assassins, especially sa ngayon na meta, prefer to go full points dun sa kanilang Impale at sa Spike Carapace. And in the end, he will use that extra bit of range to take out the position for SCC. Mukhang na-rotate na nila. Tapos na yung laning swap nila. They have the levels they need on Weeha as he returns in the mid lane to go toe-to-toe against the Queen of Pain. Moon Meander still on the wings. Mahahanap niya rito si Kaka. Will they go for an attack? No, they will contest, however. They will contest the rune. In the end, Kaka will pick it up. nakita natin sa ibang mga matchup, in particular, for example, TNC, hindi nila masyadong binibigyan pansin yung mga early na mga runes unless it's completely safe for them to do so. In fact, mas makikita mo ang TNC, kahit may malapit lang nakalaban, they'll go for the rune deny. But Newbee and Planet Odd, hindi ganun yung game plan nila sa mga laro. Ito nakita natin, and there you go, the Impale, canceling it out, and Fate is here in the vicinity to keep Misery in place. Mamamatay na naman once again. The Sand King going down to Newbee. And it's going to be a 4 against 2 in terms of kills. But Moon Meander is here. So tanky on him. Almost completed ang kanyang Vanguard. And the rest of Newbee's supports will fall back dito. SCC is level 9 and he will get harassed back by the Skywrath Mage, who dodged the early laning phase and will be able to have the damage here to bully away SCC. Level 6 pa lang si Weeha, however, he did have to share all of that experience with the rest of his team, but it looks like Planet Odd will go for an aggressive smoke instead. They want KP. Alam nilang siya ang pinaka-vulnerable dito. Sila yung, itong lane na to yung binubugbog nila the entire time. It looks like Misery is here and they will take down KP. 190 gold going down. Namumulubi siya rito ngayon. Moon Meander has completed his Vanguard. So Resolution will be in a good position to take the tier 1 tower dito sa baba. As Planet Odd, they continue to apply the pressure on KP's hero. And ako, hindi nila mapapatay. Kaka, he needs to get out. Will he escape? He has it. And it looks like wala na masyadong mana si Moon Meander. But Newbee will not risk it. Or will they? Mugi going to try and go for him. But no. The Quill Spray, the tankiness, just too much. The Vanguard, such a good early item pick for this hero. 10 minutes in, we are looking at a close game. 4-3 now. Newbee leading by a hair in kills. However, Planet Odd successfully bullying out the position 3, taking the first tower of the game. And it looks like Newbee, they need to get to that Blink Dagger as soon as possible. And eto ngayon, Newbee, they will go for the 3v1. That's a big kill for them. Resolution will fall. As Newbee, they catch him out of position. Faith will be here. Nako! Setting up for that ultimate. And Faith will get bursted down. Weeha picks up his first kill of the game. Net worth leader belonging to ODD. As Moon Meander, no one can stop him from farming. This will be bad news for Newbee here. They can't even bully him away. All he needs to do is turn around, pop a Quill Spray, and it will be gank over. Meanwhile, dito sa gitna, very chaotic fight. 3-on-3. Faith, Kaka, and SCC. But now, apat na ang nasa side ng Planet Odd as they really want to take as many towers as they can this early on to make Saksa and company so good. And they drop the golem. Here we go. Misery jumping in forward. They even have the call down. It will be enough. Kaka is down. Saksa will pick up the kill there. Mugi coming in from the backline. Makakuha ba siya? Yes, he does. Misery down as well. Mugi with a double kill now. Dominating para sa kanya. And Weeha will end the streak there. And it looks like it will be a team fight win for Planet Odd as they match up. 7-7 now. Kasama pa ang Torre. Kaya ba niyang habulin? It looks like Newbee and SCC will not go for it. At the end of that, 7-7, Planet Odd, they even up the kill score. But they will lead in terms of objectives. Here's the replay para makita nyo. All started with Saksa. The Fatal Bonds will be used. So much damage in this fight. The call down, separating all of Newbee. And while Mugi will be able to pick up the exit kills, he will also give up a lot of gold dito kay Weeha. And it will be a successful team fight dito para sa Planet Odd. Newbee, kailangan nila makabalik. They've been delayed by a lot. A lot of farming needs to be made up for. As makitang-kita nyo rito, Moon Meander and Resolution are on the top of the charts. Malayong-malayo pa from the blink dagger timing itong si Mugi. The Planeswalker's robe will be completed here by KP as the rest of Newbee. They need to run the lanes. Kailangan nila makahanap ng opening dito, and they will use Kaka to try and scout out kung nasan yung mga supports. Any kill that they secure will be enough. But nako, the sentry ward is here, and they'll try and go hard on Kaka. They don't have a dust of appearance, so the Nyx Assassin will survive with 1/3 HP. Well, close call for them. But Planet Odd dropping the sentry ward at the nick of time there. Hindi nila naspatan yung Nyx Assassin the first go around. So, pagbalik niya, akala niya wala na talagang vision doon. But to his credit, nakaiwas din siya doon sa ultimate ng Skywrath Mage. Planet Odd. Interesting decision from them. Going to go hard on that Roshan. Knowing na trailing behind in economy itong Newbee, not necessarily in the best position sila. So, this might be a genius play from them, taking advantage of the timing that's delayed by Newbee. And they will go hard on this Roshan. Malapit na mamatay. They have the bristleback for the minus armor. And now the rest of them will try and zone out. And it looks like it will be their Roshan to take. Resolution picks up the Aegis. Delikadong-delikado ngayon ng Newbee dito. They risk being overrun by Planet Odd. Excellent macro strategy from them. They started the game with the lane swap. Now taking advantage of the timing window. And they take out Roshan from underneath Newbee's nose. And makita natin dito, almost 4K net worth advantage, even leading in experience. And now the SNY will be completed. The 15-minute timing window is here for Planet Odd. As Newbee, they need to play catch up here. Their most farmed hero sitting at 5K is SCC. But that's almost 1,100 gold deficit naman siya from the second most farmed hero, the Gyrocopter in the hands of Resolution. And now Planet Odd will try and go for the top lane. Nandito ang buong barangay to try and defend, but nako, dalawa lang sila. Kaka will be forced to use a Spy Carapace defensively, and it will be enough. Or will it? Actually, no. Planet Odd, nandito pa rin sila. Trying to go hard on this tower, and it looks like they will give up the tier 1 tower sa top lane. Kaka even missing with his impale. He's forced out using his vendetta to try and get away. And it will be a successful push for Planet Odd, and they even get the defense in the bottom lane. Tier 1 still standing for Planet Odd, and Newbee, the door is swiftly closing in on them on game 1. What can they do to come back? Moon Meander, so tanky so early in this game. 16 minutes pa lang, 7,800 net worth para sa kanya. Almost completing his Solar Crest. Completed na ang kanyang Vanguard. There's not a lot that Newbee can throw at him that he cannot survive. And now the Rod of Athos will be completed on Weeha. Oh, I'm sorry. The Solar Crest na pala ang completed sa kanya. So Moon Meander will not be taking any kind of damage whatsoever from physical attacks. As he has the armor, he has the defense, and take a look at that. The root into the ultimate, and he will be bursted down. Mugi, the most tanky hero on the side of Newbee, goes down just like that, and Newbee are without their core. What can they do now? Misery will find Faith, and he will go down here. He will try and escape. He has control on Moon Meander, but not enough. And now Planet Odd will take the tier 2 dito sa baba. SCC trying to split push, trying to delay the inevitable, but Planet Odd, they look like they want to death ball. They want to go high ground in 20 minutes here. Makita mo, the golem will be sent up here to try and delay the push. Try and make sure na mauuna. And yun na nga, Planet Odd, they will take the tier 2 and they will come here to the defense of the tier 2 tower in the top lane, and they will be successful. They managed to push back SCC. Now Planet Odd in the driver's seat. More than 6K, or more than 5K gold advantage for them. 18 minutes into our matchup. 7-9 now. Wala na po tayong first 10 kills, guys. Wala na tayong wombo credits. Sadly, nagsarado na po ang Revlo. Wala pa po kaming pinapalit. But it will be replaced in just a few days. So, steady lang kayo dyan. Planet Odd. They reset after their successful push, after their successful pick-off on that Ursa Warrior. And now, magkukumpul sila dito sa gitna. Maybe they want to go for another objective push. Another timing here in the mid lane. They do manage to scout out na walang tao near that mid lane area being encircled by the observers here. And so they will try and go for the play. They put Misery on that Sand King to try and see if the Newbee will try and go for a split push. It looks like it will be a 2-lane push here for Newbee. As Planet Odd naman, dediretso sila sa mid. And if Newbee don't answer this, Planet Odd will have the stats to just go hard on that high ground. But it looks like they will retreat here, Planet Odd, to the rescue of their towers. And Kaka, will he be interrupted? No, he will not. He will be able to escape. But the top lane push will continue for SCC. He manages to take down Tier 2 in the top lane. So Newbee, they get something out of that. But in exchange, mamamatay ang kanilang Tier 2 tower naman sa gitna. Resolution 9.8k. Bristleback 10k para sa kanya and still farming. The BKB almost completed. Recipe na lang ang kulang. So about 1,000 something a little over 1,000 na lang ang kulang all in all para makompleto ang kanyang BKB. And once that's completed, I can't imagine Planet Odd na magpapatagal pa sila sa laban na to. Once the BKB is completed, eto na lang Ursa Warrior ang kanilang magiging problema in these fights. And Planet Odd know this. They're going to drop some detection just to make sure na protektado ang kanilang farming area. Not a lot of hurry for them. They know that they have the map advantage. They know that they have the lane advantage. The creep waves will constantly push on the side of the map ng Newbee. So they will take this time to ensure na ang kanilang mga stacks ay kompleto. And take a look at that Moon Meander even getting a kill. The detection paying off. Yun yung sinasabi natin. They don't need to look for fights outside of their half of the river. And by dropping yung mga ganun na wards, makikita nila yung mga rotations netong ni Kaka. And they find him, they kill him, and now they will transition to a push here, trying to force the teleports away from Newbee. SCC, magtatrabaho siya dito sa taas, but Planet Odd, they don't care. Newbee, they need to defend this. Planet Odd will send out Misery once again. And Newbee will be deterred from their own farming activities here as Planet Odd managed to bring out 3 of Newbee's heroes to the defense of that bottom lane. SCC, nandito pa rin sa taas, trying to see kung meron bang magpupush out at tatawid. Meron ba siyang mapipick off mag-isa? But it looks like Planet Odd are wise to his play. They must know on some level na mayroon pa rin nagtatago dito, ready to split push. May magpapakita on Planet Odd side. But now, the smoke will be here for Planet Odd. Kaka trying to scout out behind him. They know that Moon Meander has entered their jungle area and KP needs to get out, or at the very least needs to be careful for heroes on Planet Odd. Hunting down the Timbersaw. Will he be able to escape? And the smoke will be broken. Misery blinking forward, getting the stun. The silence will be there. It will be enough. KP mamamatay. Dominating now for Weeha as Kaka will continue to scout out very deep behind enemy lines. And it looks like it will be another push in the bottom lane for Planet Odd. Once again, forcing Newbee into an awkward situation kung saan hindi sila pwedeng mag-farm ng todo. Dahil at any moment, Planet Odd can march all the way up to the tier 3 in the bottom lane. SCC, kanina pa rito, completed na kanyang Veil of Discord. The Orchid is there for him, but so far, hasn't found the opening to put that into good effect. And now Newbee, they know nandito Mugi, hahanapin niya si Saksa, but no, they go for Weeha instead. They find him, and they take down the Skywrath Mage. Saksa even committing his Golem as Misery lands the two-person Burrow Strike. And it looks like Mugi, makakawala ba dito? Yes, he will be able to go around, and ODD will not find any kills. Instead, just barely missing out on the Nyx Assassin at ang Ursa Warrior. So good news dito, and Newbee once again the guerrilla warfare coming out for them. SCC trying to go for a push dito. Misery is here. A replay, may makikita tayo dito. Hindi magkakapatayan dun sa bottom. But nakita nyo dyan, they find the pick-off onto Weeha. And while ODD trying to go for the counter-initiate, their damage was not enough. And so Newbee will find a little consolation prize there. A little window back into this game as they are trailing by quite a bit dito. But it all starts with them trying to get these pick-offs. So far, si SCC, siya naman ang hindi pa nakakahanap ng pick-off, instead going for the split push. But that's okay as long as they find the kills. Newbee, they have to rely on the rubber band mechanics if they want back into this game. Meanwhile naman, Planet Odd, they need to go faster here. Otherwise, Newbee, they might make intro boys out of them. Ito na nga, Misery and company. Magbabagsak sila ng cooldown, wala silang matatamaan. They managed to land the Burrow Strike once again. Nandito naman, Mugi will try and save the life of KP. They almost take down the Sand King, and nandito na the rest of Newbee. ODD, they need to retreat. Hiaalay ba nila si Misery to know? He will blink out. Kaka, nandito lang sila, but nako, SCC will be here. The silence will be used on Saksa, and Kaka will be using his Vendetta. Mamamatay dito, but SCC will get the burn down. Mugi and company blinking forward very aggressively, but it will be they need to put on the brakes dito. Ayaw nilang magbigay ng opportunity for the counter-attack on Planet Odd. They're coming back into this game. They're climbing back. Moon Meander, wala siyang masyadong mana. He'll be walking forward. Makikita siya ngayon ni Kaka. The Impale will miss. But nako, nandito na ngayon. Mugi with so much damage. The call down will be used. The BKB will be deployed. Moon Meander trying to go for the chase. Mahahanap ba nila? Newbee are back up on the high ground. And ako, mawawala na ngayon. He'll be controlled up. Nandito, Fate letting it go. So much AoE damage for SCC. And now, mamamatay naman. Moon Meander, he will get the kill on that Crystal Maiden. Misery will fall to SCC. 1-for-1 exchange, but hindi pa tapos. SCC will blink to and fro the battlefield. May babagsak nila. Iko-commit nila Saksa's Golem. Makakahanap pa sila ng kill. Misery will use the buyback, and it looks like it will be enough. The root from the Rod of Athos will keep SCC grounded. And in the end, 2 for 2, the buyback will be used. But take a look at that. The gold will favor Newbee just a little bit, just enough for them to get back into this game. The replay will show Mugi starting the fight, but then they retreat all the way up into their high ground. And Planet Odd, they will be separated from Moon Meander. And in the end, that will allow Newbee to lure them into this choke point, landing that ultimate from the Queen of Pain and the freezing field as well. So while they do lose that Crystal Maiden, ako, nandito na naman tayo. Another fight, but now ODD, they find the favorable trade, but nako, hindi pa tapos. Mugi naman, wreaking havoc in the backline. He has the BKB, but he will be slowed up. 1 for 2 so far. He'll be able to blink away. And Planet Odd, they manage to find the pick-up first. They take out Faith. They lose Saksa in the process. But now, both teams heavily contesting this Roshan. This is cheese for any team that can take it. And both teams can do so much with that one item. But in some cases, may mga ibang lineup talaga na minsan ang Aegis ang hindi pinaka-importante. Just take a look on the side of Newbee. KP with the cheese will be able to do so much in these battles. Meanwhile naman, Moon Meander, but no! Weeha deleting Kaka. 1 SS, enough to take out the Nyx Assassin, as now Resolution will pick up the Aegis. And Newbee, tactical error for them, as now Planet Odd, they have the damage, they have the tankiness, no buybacks for the 3 heroes dead on Newbee's side. Only SCC and Mugi will remain, and they need to split push. They need to find a way to force Planet Odd to break apart their push, but it looks like it will not be enough. Mabubuhay na yung Timbersaw, but Planet Odd, they feel confident going up the high ground. And take a look, sobrang bilis din nilang pumalo. The Warpath damage, kahit na nerf na yan, in the end, it's just so much for them. The glyph will be used. KP is back into the mix. Nandito na rin si Kaka. SCC still using his split push. And ako, makakahanap pa rito ng patay. Ako si Mugi. He takes down Weeha. He blinks in forward to surprise him. But KP will fall here as the call down crushes him underneath. ODD have exposed the mid lane racks here. And now Newbee will rely on their mid laner to try and answer. With an exposure naman dito sa top lane, the tier 3 will be DPS down by the Queen of Pain, as the rest of Newbee trying to make sure na may mapapatay sila rito. Newbee, they need to retreat. Napa-TP na rin. Magagamit ngayon Moon Meander, galit na galit, using the Quill Spray, taking down Faith. Newbee, they have so many casualties here as they try to survive the push by Planet Odd. They lose the tier 3, but they don't get a tier 3 in return dito sa top lane, as SCC needed to teleport and try to save his comrades. Resolution now. Siya na ngayon ang ating net worth leader. And now it looks like the Gyrocopter, this is his time to shine. Tapos na yung timing kung kailan kailangan nila si Moon Meander. He's so tanky now. He has the BKB going na siya sa kanyang plate mail item. But now, they need the damage output. Take a look at that. BKB, SNY completed on Resolution. And it will be the Skadi very, very soon. Misery, they find SCC here. Hahabulin nila. Nandito ngayon ang hotdog ni Aljur. But no, the BKB will keep him alive as he is able to blink out away into safety. But Mugi finds Weeha once again. The blink dagger coming into play. Dominating na si Mugi rito. And ayaw niya rin talagang matalo ang kanyang kupunan. But ODD, magtatrabaho lang muna sila. The objectives will be the most important part of this matchup, as both teams, they can get pickoffs all day, but who controls the objective will control the fate of this matchup. Moon Meander, papabayaan siya dito to take out that shrine. But Newbee are now living inside Planet Odd's half of the jungle. If they find an errant hero on the side of the Dire, they can easily burst him out. Mugi has completed ang kanyang Diffusal Blade. That's his one damage item. Most of his damage coming in from the Fury Swipes, from the Enrage. It looks like ODD, they are here. Misery will use the Sandstorm to try and take out this creep wave, but SCC trying to go hard on Saksa. Saksa will use that Glimmer Cape to survive. And it looks like nandito ngayon, SCC, mahahabol siya. Resolution even picking up the Bounty Rune. No easy baskets will be given, and ako, SCC will be kept here. He will be rooted, he will be silenced, and he will be brought down as Resolution is that one, a mega kill. Kaka has to get out of dodge. And now with that pick off, once again, Planet Odd going into the push train, 32 minutes in. Will they finish the job in the mid lane now? Buyback is available on that Queen of Pain. As ODD, Resolution and Moon Meander leading the charge. Mukhang makakukuha na nila itong barracks na to. Weeha just zoning out, and Faith will fall to the position 2. Mid lane, Skywrath Mage. They take out the mid lane finally. They've broken apart one lane of barracks. Planet Odd, not content yet. Tier 3 naman sa baba. Ito naman ang kanilang tatrabahuin. Kaka will be stunned up. But the Spike Harpist will be here. Ito ngayon ang call down. And he will be rooted in place. Resolution picking up that kill as Weha sets him up perfectly for that. They take out the tier 3 sa baba. Will they continue? Moon Meander still healthy. But the team electing instead to fall back as Newbee will get the tier 3 tower naman sa taas. Planet Odd, this is their game to take. Basag na ang mid. They even have 2 couriers here working overtime. Itang-kita nyo sa screen nyo. They've taken down the shrine on the Radiant jungle. Ganito kayaman tong team na to. Dalawang kanilang taga-deliver. And now, it will be the final objectives for Planet Odd. They've completed the 4 staff onto Weha. So he has the dagger, he has the rod, and he has the 4 staff to get around this battlefield. Usually, siya yung hinahanap ni Mugi, and they need to. Otherwise, he will make life difficult for KP, make life difficult for SCC. But with this 4 staff, it looks like Planet Odd, they want to go for that Alpha Strike. Para matapos itong larong to, all members on Planet Odd going in for the push on the top lane. The tier 2 will be right-click down as the creep wave will come in. And what can Newbee do? SCC doing the smart play. Cutting the creep wave, making sure na walang backup in terms of the push. Itong Planet Odd. Mugi doing the same here in the bottom lane. Trying to get control. But ako nandito na. The blink forward. The silence is here. The Timbersaw. Sobrang konti ng kanyang buhay. And he will eat the golem into the call down. And it will be enough. KP is down. The buyback is here for them. But now the rest of the support staff of Newbee will be destroyed here. Mugi here, will he get the kill? Yes, he will. Misery will fall. SCC nandito sa gilid. Forced to use his own BKB. Moon Meander, wala na siyang mana. And now, mamamatay siya rito. Moon Meander has fallen, but not before SCC falls as well. May buyback pa ang Queen of Pain. But it looks like wala nang damage na titira dito. And Planet Odd will retreat. Buybacks haven't been forced out. Kitang-kita nyo, only the Crystal Maiden and the Timbersaw ang walang buyback dito. Well, including the Nyx Assassin. Kakabili niya lang ng item. So, Newbee, they managed to survive that. They didn't lose the top tier 3. But ODD looking very good in these fights. 16 to 27 now. 36 minutes into our ball game. And now, Resolution has completed his butterfly. That will go a long way. Mugi, malayo pa siya from getting that MKB, but he does want to complete it. Newbee going on their aggressive smoke, trying to see if they can take a quick catch out, but also they need to maintain vision dominance dito sa area na to around Roshan. They know that it should be around the same time kung kailan magre-respond yung Roshan. And if they're able to wipe Planet Odd, maybe they can get back into this match. And Planet Odd naman, alam nilang this is what they need in order to finish the game. The call down will be used to scout out the pit. And wala silang makikita doon. Sentry wards will be deployed. Makikita dito ni Moon Meander. It will be denied. So Planet Odd will win that vision. Nako, mahuli na naman nila again. And the ultimate from Weha, taking out KP. And here in the backline is Resolution, just dropping so much damage. And SCC, they need to get out. Mugi is here, going up against Resolution. And Resolution bursts down the Ursa Warrior. 4 in a full 5-man wipe here as Newbee hit the deck. Planet Odd, no one to contest them, only SCC with the buyback, and it looks like it will be game 1 belonging to the team formerly known as Digital Chaos. They're going to go for that top lane push. The tier 3 still standing dito sa taas. Napabuyback na si SCC. And now Planet Odd surgically removing every structure from this Radiant base. Buhay na rin si Faith, but will they have enough to control this? Moon Meander so tanky. And only one lane of racks will remain. Resolution and company nandito. Even the Lotus Orb will be deployed. The BKB needs to be used. SCC, he cannot fall here. But it looks like Mega Creeps will be you. Ako, wala na. Faith, patay na rin. And now the ultimate will be used here. Muntikan na rin mapatay on that Weeha ultimate, but Resolution will be there for the cleanup. And once again, a full 5-man wipe. GG will be called. And Planet Odd, what a game one. They started out with a high level lane swap being used, not placing Weeha in that difficult laning matchup against the Queen of Pain. Knowing nakakailanganin nila ang silence para kontrolin itong si KP. And in the end, they managed to blunt the laning advantage by the heroes of Newbee. Take the mid game, itemize properly, and Newbee, they are now down 1 game against Resolution and Company. So we will be back for game number 2. Hopefully wala tayong delay sa may encounter, guys. Dedire-diretso tayo. Whoever wins will go into the grand final, and the loser will face TNC Pro Team later on this afternoon. So pause ang databago. We'll be back for game 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I follow you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high as voices in my head.